Hey everyone, and welcome to Lost Through the Rabbit Hole. Tonight I have my buddy Vincent Dockstader joining me. He's been on episode before. He does the amazing artwork. You can see some of it in his background. How's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. I'm happy to be back. Excited to see you. It's 2025. Holy moly. Honestly, there was a lot. I never thought I'd live this long. We're here doing it. So, yeah, what a crazy year it's been, and it's just started.
Right. Thanks, Kate. Glad you enjoyed the intro. Yeah, like, it's been something already, and it's only been a couple of days, about a week,
you,
too, right?
you know, I gotta say, that fire in LA is nothing I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. That is just something crazy. There's a lot of people talking conspiracy about that. I don't know nothing about it, but all I gotta say is from pictures last week, that was just wow. You know?
Yeah. Good luck to everybody in California. Um, a couple of people I've actually had on and guests are from California. I have a newfound director of California, or Southern California, who I interview a lot. I know his family was affected. I think I don't know if their area was okay or not. I have to check in on that. But yeah, there's so many
Yeah.
people that were affected. Yeah, I mean, and there's the whole conspiracy aspect of it too. It's just something like Hawaii, was there direct energy weapons involved? So certain celebrities talked about this was arson and this was planned, and there was
I mean,
plans
it very
to
well
stop the
could be.
reservoirs, right?
I seen a guy had a video with a little a drone with a little sprayer and a lighter. You could you could light a fire up with a drone with a can of hairspray and a lighter.
They
You know?
actually have drones um for this. They're for taking out beehives in forests and like burning down dead trees.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I think they're actually like $900. So, I mean, it wouldn't. Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Okay, you're in
so
Chicago. We're in Wisconsin. I'm in De Pere, aka Green Bay, and he's in Marshfield, which is pretty close to Milwaukee, right?
I'm actually like the exact center of the state. So I'm
Okay.
like directly about an hour and a half north of Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, okay.
So you know where Wausau is? I'm basically like 40 minutes from Wausau. Wausau's right in the middle of the state where the Red Mountains at, where the ski hills at. You got to go
Yeah,
basically through it to get to
I was
Minneapolis.
thinking, so you're not really that far from Green Bay, then, are you?
It's about 2 hours, 2 hour drive. My
Okay.
sister actually was living there. I don't know if she still is, but yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I'm excited to get to some of these. What do you call these UFO conventions? You know, all the people meet up. You get to meet people and be like, "Hey, I saw this," and "Oh, I saw that." You know, kind of.
Right on.
I think that
We
I think that would be
we have
fun.
some. We have some in our state.
I've been to one, but I didn't get to stay too long because I accidentally had my sister's car keys in my pockets, and I had to leave like an hour after I got there. I was like, "You gotta be shitting me!"
That's us. I've went to a couple of the Bigfoot ones. Yeah, they're fun. You get to meet people. You end up buying a
Yeah,
bunch of books.
yeah, but it's cool. It's just to get out there and see that there's other people that are,
Yeah.
awakened to it. Whether it's good or bad, they're at least awakened to it.
Right? What did you make about the whole ban going on with TikTok? That was
You
wild.
know, yeah, because I was never a TikTok person ever until my roommate. he comes over. He's like, "Hey, I think you should check out that TikTok over there because this little lady over here, she's got a TikTok, and she's making like $3,000 a month just making videos of like nothing. Like what?"
Yeah.
I was like, $3,000. I ain't never made more than $100 on Facebook. But so I tried it out. I got up to 5,000 followers. After you get 5,000 followers, you can sell stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to take it serious because we're going to ban it, you know. But yeah, I don't know what to think of it now. It's pretty cool that they put it back because people really are like making a living off this. Like she
Yeah. Hey, Vincent, you still there? Oh no. Oh, we lost Vincent. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm hoping. Otherwise, how's everybody doing out there? Uh, Fantastic. That's awesome. We've been having a bunch of technical difficulties tonight, so I do apologize. Kate, do you have any experiences? We're actually going to talk about the Mothman sightings in Illinois tonight. That's Vincent makes it back.
am I there?
Yeah, we're there.
Oh my gosh! like, oh my gosh, not again. Okay, we got. All right, we're back. We're back, guys. Don't worry. Like,
Awesome.
what is with that? But
I don't
yeah,
know.
like I'm just saying, for some people, the TikTok would just be devastating. Devastating, you know.
Yeah, I know. It was. People are freaking out. I'm glad it's back. I have quite a bit of a following there as well. That's kind of how I got started, and then I couldn't put on full videos, so I just moved over to YouTube. But yeah, I still have a pretty big following there. It was kind of sad to see lose all them people right away. I
Yeah,
hit up my
man.
English, my British friends, and I was like, "Is my profile still there, or did they delete it?" But it was there, and then a couple hours it was back.
I kind of freaked out myself too. I was like, oh man, they actually really did it. But I didn't feel like I had been totally invested that long yet, so it wasn't that big for me. Because I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what. But if I had to lose, if they were to do that for Facebook, I would have died. I would have cried for a week. But
Well, I think I've had mine for like 3 years now, though. So it was a little devastating. Biggest following I
yeah,
have too is on TikTok. uh, do you think that was a distraction?
um, it very well could be. I mean, usually, even if it's not an intentional distraction, it could still be used as a distraction. You
Mhm.
know. But I think more than a distraction, it was probably a test of to see the way that we react to it. Because they obviously did it, and then they did it right back. You know, they want to see how the public reacts to it, see if they can
Did
get
you
away
jump
with
on?
it, huh?
Did you jump on Red Note?
No, no, I got. Facebook is plenty enough for me. I'm not like a fast on the computer and all that, so it's like I try to keep my stuff short because otherwise I have no time to do my artwork. You know.
Right, right. My whole thing too was like, fine, if you don't want me in a Chinese app, I'm gonna start downloading Chinese apps. But the whole thing with that is a lot of people started, talking to, Chinese people, and it is not at all like how we perceive it over there, man. Like they're living a lot better than us.
I can imagine. Well, I mean, it depends. Like you talk about Chinese people, they're so, or just like Oriental people in general. There's so many different like
I'm talking about
ranges.
China. Like you should look up the TikTok videos about the Chinese grocery stores and compare it to our Walmart. Dude, our
Yeah,
country
I
looks
was.
like from watching being on Red Note for these couple of days. Yeah, we kind of look like a trap house compared to them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they got some good technology over there too. But I'm sure we don't see everything that, and they don't see everything over here
Right?
either. But I could also tell you this: I used to walk down the streets here, and I used to think this place here was a slum, crappy town. But now I walk down and I see it through a different lens, and I think it's beautiful. You know, it's just weird.
Yeah,
It's really weird how that happens.
it does too. And places change over time too. Some get developed, some go the other way.
It's so true. They do it. Nothing ever stays exactly the same. Like really.
I went to my hometown like over the holidays, and it looks pretty rough. Not gonna lie. That's
Yeah,
Sheboygan though. I'm sure everybody knows Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I feel like.
yeah. Don't they have a racetrack there? A dirt track?
That's Elkhart Lake. There's actually
Okay.
pretty decent. Yeah,
Okay, Road
that's that one.
America. Yeah.
Yeah, my
I
parents
actually,
actually.
when I was a kid, I used to race go karts, and the buddies I raced go karts with, they used to race at the track, and I used to man the corners. I was like the little flags, and then if somebody would crash or break down, somebody would crash and break down, we'd pull them off the side, load them on the truck. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, a couple of my buddies I used to race go karts with, they race sprint cars now. One of them races Badger midgets. He's pretty cool.
That is cool. So you go to the races
Yeah.
a lot.
I used to, but not in like. I went one of his races. I think it was last year. But I still love it. You know, it's just I can't afford to do that right now.
You're right. I know. I wish I could be racing too.
Right? My dad did for a little bit, but before he died. So, but
Condolences.
racing has always been in my blood. You know, as we were kids, I grew up with all my buddies. We all raced, and we got bigger. We used to race our cars around, and we had all kinds of fun.
Bring it back a little
But
bit. We were talking about the ban and possibility of it being like, make us look away from happening. The whole Stephen Greer thing was supposed to happen today, and I don't know. I didn't hear anything. We're pretty both embedded in the paranormal and UFO community, and I didn't see any big disclosure.
I haven't heard anything either. But it's you know what I like you said, we're both submerged in this community, but there's so much crap in the community. You know, it's hard to tell what's even real anymore with the
I
freaking
know
AI.
that too, and I mean, paranoid as it sounds, there literally are people out there trying to spread disinformation that get paid to do that. And then there's the people that, you know, pull things out of their ass so they can sell their books. There's a lot of that. And then there's,
People,
promoting for upcoming movies. A lot of people forget about that. But that happens a lot. I feel like with the UFO community where there is an upcoming horror film coming out or sci-fi movie, and then they little drips and pieces of videos, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And then you see this thing, you're like, "Oh, that's what it was."
yeah. I mean, and then also with the drones too. Like that's all happening at the same time. And I think that there's some. I really haven't researched much about this, just what I feel from inside is I feel like that there's something real and something artificial going on there. You know,
I do too. I agree with you too. I mean, there's been sightings over our state now. Um,
I
there's a
mean,
lot
it's
of military
if you
activity
ask
too. I feel like I don't know.
if you
There's a
ask.
lot on news because of the Packer Stadium, but go on. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you ask me, it's not a knowing, but I do really believe that there was an ancient civilization here that is still here somewhere and never went nowhere. I mean, you look at the pyramids and all the stuff they're digging up. It's not nothing. There's something there. It's like physical, tangible evidence. So obviously, I've seen shit in real life personally too, firsthand. So then you get to the point of how many rabbit holes are you going to go down? You know, it's like holy moly, I don't know what to believe anymore because there's so much stuff out there that you could believe. So then you just have to like turn back around a little bit and just take your reality for the truth that it is
Absolutely.
for you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of being the host of Lost in the Rabbit Hole. I'm down so many holes that it's like, after a while, you start to see the fakes too, like right away. You're like, no, I know what this is. They did this before. There's I
Yeah,
feel like there's so much disinformation out there. It would just blow people's minds.
yeah, but the sad part is there's so much real information too, and how do you tell? You know, like
Mhm.
I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. I do love everybody though in the community, man. It's been a great. experience just being in this community because I haven't been in my whole life, and
right. Say you make so
and
many
I'm
friends along the way, and just, you hear wild things,
yeah
and then after a while, they just start to click too. You're like, wow, like, there's something to what this person's saying. I come across that a lot.
yeah
Sometimes you
there's
come across people too that are just like, nah, no, you're trying to sell a book.
yeah well I mean you can't hate on a person to try to sell a book because I mean that's their life. I mean they did try to sell it. I mean but I love
There's this
everybody
thing though
just
too.
for whether they're full
You're
of shit. I would say whether they're full of crap or not, they're still helping with disclosure, regardless. Even if it's the wrong message, it'll still get people down a rabbit hole where they can find truth.
See, here's the other thing too that goes along a little bit with the disinformation and people selling books. In Europe, there's a couple of cults that are pretty big that are embedded in this community that they literally have compounds and they're taking. I'm not just talking about Scientology. There's talking about legitimate cults that believe they're talking. They might be even be talking to somebody, but they have people giving them working and living in compounds and giving them every aspect of their paycheck, of their social life. And some of these people come out and do videos and stuff, and you wouldn't know. When it gets scary, this
Yeah,
documentary
I
about it. There's a really big group in Italy. There's one in France.
I remember hearing about that one where all the guy there's a bunch of people that killed themselves and cut their privates off. I heard a story about that, and they were supposed to ascend to their back to their alien family or something.
I think that was in our state, if I'm correct.
Was it?
We
I
had,
I remember.
yeah,
I don't. I don't know the details about it, but I remember hearing about that. But yeah, uh, there are a lot of cults out there, and I don't know a whole lot about them, but they're out there. We don't need any more. What was his name? Charles Manson's out there.
that's a rabbit hole in itself. Was Charles Manson a cult leader, or was he a rogue FBI agent? I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
the time the government was experimenting with LSD, and then he knew how to like brainwash people with LSD, and he was just some kid. Like that doesn't make any sense. Where was he getting all this from? And how come he was friends with all these celebrities too? Just out of like nowhere.
Yeah, like as you can see from what's going on with good old P Diddy, they got like a little family thing going on.
Yeah, that's
It's
another thing
not just
too. That was something that got burnt down was so much of P. Diddy's evidence burnt in LA.
not a conspiracy, I swear.
Right?
Ah, I mean, don't underestimate what people can do with money too. It don't take a lot of money, especially if you're famous. You could persuade people to do shit, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's a whole crazy situation too, man. When I heard about because P Diddy, that blew my mind because of the fact that I watched David Wilcock and Corey Good talk about the whole pedophilia thing that's going on with the government. And I didn't really think nothing of it. And then I started to see, I forgot the other names. A couple other guys came out first, but nothing like the P. Diddy thing. That was like, for me, that was like, wow, they were right. And this is really happening. Holy moly.
And to bring back the whole alien aspect, you know who P. Diddy's one of his best friend is? It's Ashton
Uh,
Kutcher. He's poster boy for the Scientologist.
really? I didn't even know that.
Hmm.
Uh, oh man, they just ruined that '70s show for me, man. I'm never gonna want to watch that again. That was my favorite. Oh,
I know, I
no,
know.
I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
you should have known that when Hyde got locked up, though.
I got locked up. He got locked up too. Oh man.
You didn't know about that? Like 2 years ago, he's been in prison for a while now for
Wow.
raping a bunch of girls, and then the Scientologist tried to protect him, and then he raped some of them, and then they're like, "Yeah, you
What?
probably should go to jail." Yeah, that's why.
Wow.
That's why the ranch got canceled, man.
I know nothing about that, man. Wow.
That's why that's been going on since then,
I guess I've been living under a rock. I kind of just do my own thing, I guess.
right?
Uh,
You kind of
yeah,
fall into some of these rabbit holes too, like
yeah, definitely. I get bored. I watch stuff once in a while. But yeah,
gets
that's
even weirder.
that's
Uh,
news to me.
the creator of Scientology was a student of Crawley, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the devil worshiper guy. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
him. The one
and
that
what
everyone
gets even
around him
creepier,
died.
yeah, and it
Huh?
gets even creepier. The dude that his soul or his guardian that he painted pictures of and that he talked to in the astral realm and stuff looks like a gray, like straight up looks like a gray before they were even a big, they weren't a thing then.
Yeah, I.
His
But
name was Abnu.
also, all I know is I was watching a thing about Aleister Crowley, and everyone around him died. All the people that around him died. That's just scary. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was hanging out with like Lovecraft and um, how do I got the one that's I can't think of his name right off my hand, but he wrote all the science fiction books, and like, he's the creator of Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess I haven't really dived into Scientology a whole lot. Uh, all I
How
remember is
can't
knowing
you?
that.
They're all about aliens.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. No. No, I was more, I started off in, uh, what's that? Ancient Aliens, Ancient Aliens, and
Yeah.
then I moved on. Then I did Corey Good, and I started getting into the channeling, with, Bashar and, some of the other great channelers out there. And I've noticed there's so many people in the community, like, there's people popping up everywhere, and
Yeah.
I feel like I don't even know half of them anymore. It just goes to show you, like, how much people are waking up to it, like,
That's
it's
what I think,
not,
dude. There's so many more people
it's,
that are just waking up now.
yeah, it's not like woo to people anymore. You're seeing it on the news every day. It's become the normal. Like, when did that day expect to be here? Holy moly. They saying everything's supposed to happen right now, right?
Yeah, I said he was talking about today, but I don't know how much I believe Stephen Greer, to tell you the truth. I used to have a lot of respect for him, but now it's kind of. I feel like he was taking advantage of the TikTok ban, and then he wasn't expecting it to come back because he. And so it kind of what it was sounding like. He was like, "Oh, they're taking the Americans' TikTok away, so they don't. No, he won't know about the landing." And then there was no landing, and then
Yeah.
TikTok's coming back.
Hmm. I was,
I don't know.
I was
They're-
going to be, I had one thing on my mind I wanted to bring up, and that was Bashar and his prediction. And
Okay.
now we have an outcome, partially. Because Bashar says if Trump wins, it's the end of the United States. What do we do about this?
It is
I think,
funny though. Right after Bashar said this, he got a his own show on Gaia. So I know Gaia's known to be a very liberal station as well. I'm just saying it's just kind of timelines kind of sync up. He says don't vote for Trump, otherwise World
well,
War III will happen, and then he's given a TV show.
well, I don't know. He didn't say World War II though. He said the end of the United States, and
Well,
that doesn't necessarily mean it's war. So right now, United States, I don't know for sure, but I hear rumors that United States is talking about buying or merging with Canada, and then once that happens, we might not be the United States no more. Maybe we'll be something different.
maybe. I mean, it's also supposed to be with Mexico and Greenland as well. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. It's like it's not like it's not possible to happen. Like what he said could possibly happen. Now, I didn't see this happening before he said it, but now that he said it, it's sparked it into all these people's consciousness, and it's co-creating.
I don't know.
It's
We
possible.
talked about this once before too. I honestly think he was paid to say all this. I mean, he literally said if you want disclosure, you need to vote for the female.
If you want no, if you want alien contact,
Yeah.
but honestly, I don't think people are really ready for direct alien contact. Not quite yet, because honestly, I think I am a very loving, intelligent, good human being. And even I still struggle every day to like some humans on this planet because some of them are just pushing my buttons, you know? So,
Yeah, I know. I honestly don't think. I think that's a big part of like the spiritual side. I bet there probably is some groups that are like really spiritual and like higher vibration than us, but I'm imagine there's probably a great deal that are probably around the same vibrational frequency as us, and that's probably why I think a lot of them get picked with weaponry. I don't know. I feel like it'd just be the same thing. It's just we'll be dealing with green people, you know.
yeah, well,
There'll be conflict and struggle, and there'll probably still be an economy. And
I kind of think like the first alien that we encounter is going to be AI, and I think it's already here. Even though it's
see, I
technically
don't
not an
know.
alien, it's technically not alien, but uh, the first intelligent being that we encounter is going to be created by us, I think,
I'd say
publicly.
that's
I mean, obviously, it's happening all over to people, but like, I think publicly, I think the first thing we're all going to be introduced to is AI, and I think we already have. They're talking about I don't know if I sent you the link, but they got these computers that are working at light speed now and connecting all around the world, connecting
Yeah,
data instantaneously at light speed. Also with the
quantum computers.
quantum computers as well with the Willow chip, they found a way to make the chip so it's super cooled and contained in a chip, small instead of set inside a big building that's super cooled, and can't be touched. And because that's how it works. If anything disturbs it, it throws the accuracy of it way off. But apparently, the Willow chip has got it figured out.
We'll see.
I
Or
think I don't know.
go.
I could be wrong. That's
Well,
just
hopefully, it doesn't go all Skynet on us.
well, this chat GTP or GPT, whatever it is, that is pretty interesting. I was thinking, if you don't have it, but when you do get it, we should do an episode where we just ask it questions all day and see what it has to say, dude. People would love that. It would be so cool, and it would bring insights to us as well that we wouldn't have thought of. You know?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. We'll put it on the schedule. Make it happen. It sounds fun. I think there's a couple different programs too besides ChatGPT. It'd be cool to see them stack up. See if they could ask each other questions too. Would be interesting.
Yeah, it's so weird because the computer actually understands your voice commands, like fully understands them intellectually. It's like, wow, now all I gotta do is just get the robot to walk over here with it.
I know South Park and The Simpsons have both scripted a whole episode where it just ChatGPT has came up with the whole thing too, which blows my mind.
Yeah, we're not gonna have to think as much because it's gonna be doing a lot of thinking for us. But it'll inspire us to think in different ways that we never would have imagined. So,
See, I wonder if it's something we invented or it's one of them alien texts that we were given. You know, a lot of people talk about that, about if we exchange information with another civilization. I wonder if AI is one of them.
well, tell me, how do they build a freaking computer chip when all the transistors inside are the size of an atom? How do you build that? Even
Ant
with a
Man,
computer, you know? How do you build it? And we have billions of them. What? What? I think that's alien if you ask me. Just start with that. Like, how does your phone work? I don't know.
right?
It's pretty alien to us, but it's become home.
That is true.
But yeah, I love the technology. I love the way that it benefits us. Like we have infinite information at our fingertips at any time. Ask the
I
right
still think
question,
we need
and
to catch up to the Jetsons, though.
well, yeah, I would love to have one of them do a bubble card.
Right? Or the electronic food processor, where you just are like, I want fries, I want a pizza. It's just, beep.
Right?
We have the
To
robots
replicate
now,
it.
though.
Yeah, and see that's I'm glad you brought that up because like with the I was really thinking about this and the laws that we have now really need to be extremely reevaluated and all the petty laws really need to be looked at and most of them dismissed because if AI is going to be enforcing these laws, there ain't going to be no one getting around it. Everybody's going to be in jail. The law book is like this thick. I don't even know 10%, not even 5% of all the laws that exist in that book. How am I supposed to follow them all and know if I'm even breaking them? The robot's going to know every time it's broken, but I won't know. So we need to reevaluate this deeply before we ever let an AI or a robot come into control of our law system or our law enforcement. That's
Uh,
that's my
I think there are ones patrolling in New York already. I know there are in China and Japan.
it's scary. But just think about it. Do you believe in every law that was created? Because I know I don't. And then any honest person can't really say don't believe in it. Like some laws are just really stupid.
I'll agree with you on that. There is, I mean, definitely, it's a lot for the rich and a lot for the poor too. It's still a very much issue today.
Yeah, and there's some that would make people look like criminals that really aren't criminals too. That's the worst part too.
And then there's criminals that don't look like criminals that seem to get away with it. Like the people that banned TikTok on us literally lined their pockets this weekend. They screwed over how many small businesses so they could line their pockets. One was a guy pretty much did it because he's running an anti-Asian book about the Chinese, and he's been on this for a long time. It's one of the main guys that's been protesting. I forget his name. Um, but he just had a book coming out about the problems of the Chinese government and New Age tech. And he also is a big contributor to Meta. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I still love the tech though. I mean, Once we get replicator technology and you get robots doing most of the manual labor, people are going to be able to create
We're kind of already there. I mean, my kids made me all this stuff, this
3D
little 3D
printed.
printed. Yeah,
That is so awesome. Do you know what I've
this is
seen
one of
somebody do with them?
the small picture spreading with the TR3B.
That is so cool. I would love to have one of those to. I wonder if I could turn my art 3D and print it. That would be amazing. But I've seen somebody. I think seen somebody 3D print like cartoon characters.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it was Dragon Ball Z or something. It was pretty
yeah.
cool.
He's got some that he's printed, and he's printed a bunch of Kermit the Frog stuff and all sorts of stuff. It's wild. There's
So
just
that's
imagine
one.
what that's gonna be in 25 years.
Doesn't that like to me that brings to mind like we could 3D print this and that, but we can't. Or we can build computers on the atomic scale. Why can't we 3D print on the atomic scale? That doesn't make sense.
Mm,
Because once we can
there's
do that, then
still
we got a three. Then we got a replicator.
there's still a lot of bugs. Everything's got to be a certain temperature. You got to be there to add in the material, otherwise it screws up. If you're off with your math a little bit, it screws up. You always have to level the machine, otherwise there's still a lot of little kinks, I think, before we're replicating. I want to know why we can't transport anything yet, like portals.
Yeah, they say that is possible. Science says that it's possible. We just got to get there. So Bashar says right uh, how they travel through space, right?
Yeah, they're like wormholes, bending space
Well,
time.
yeah, they actually don't travel nowhere. They just bring the reality to them by beaming itself with the frequency of where they want to go, and then they instantly are where they want to go. And they travel the frequency of thought. They think it, and that frequency, they become that frequency, and then they're there. So they say. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so.
I, I want to Stargate. Seems a lot easier than
Okay,
thinking too hard. You can just be like, beep, 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 beep. All right, walk through the wormhole.
the Stargate would be cool, especially when you want to go on vacation. But yeah, guys,
Right?
I'll be back. I'm gonna go to Uranus and go do some shit. But yeah, the technology has just always been fascinating to me. I'm still waiting for that hoverboard though. Like Back to the Future said we'd have it by now. Uh, we ain't got it. They got some hoverboards, but in the movie he was flying all the way up through the sky on it.
It's really funny how stuff repeats too. Like I told you, I'm going to college again, and I have like a lot of little history stuff about it, and I'm seeing a lot of this weird like battery powered scooters and stuff that look a lot like the first when people are putting motors on bikes. If that makes sense. Like a lot of the same like little things are being like replicated, but with batteries now. It's kind of cool. A lot of same stuff from the 20s, which is weird too because we're in the 20s.
Yeah. Speaking of batteries, have you heard of the graphene batteries? It's graphite, but it's taken down to a sheet of it on I believe atomic scale. But yeah, it's just a sheet of perfectly flat organized graphite, which is called graphene, and it's supposed to be 10 times stronger or 10 times more efficient and stronger than lithium ion. And
Really?
this is supposed to revolutionize basically everything. I mean, it's not the only technology coming out, but this one alone, batteries are they're gonna take a giant leap. I had done a lot more research on it, but I forgot about it because this podcast kind of was like, last second. But I know
Yeah.
you told me like a week ago, but I was kind of like, try to plan it out a little better.
And this was just a, improv chat, laid back one.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Um,
cool too. I didn't even get to really look at the chat because I can't really focus on both. So I apologize, all you people in the chat. I haven't been able to read your comments yet because I haven't figured out how to multitask that yet.
I think a lot of them are your peeps. But I appreciate everybody who came in and was in the chat. Thanks for being here, especially with all the technical difficulties we had tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad we got it figured out. It may have taken a little bit longer, but that's okay. My battery's still
Yeah,
charged, so we're good.
nice you.
So,
We're
have
good.
you had a chance to see any of my art lately?
Yes, you've just been rocking it out still, which is awesome. And I still see you're making music too.
Well, I can get a little personal with you about what happened. Well, see, around what was it? Halloween, my sister came up and she had brought some marijuana with her. So I decided to smoke some, and so I've been vaping THC since then, and I've been afraid to say anything about it on Facebook because I was ashamed of it, but it feels good to just say I smoked some THC or vaped it, but I plan on cutting it back out of my life because it seemed to drain my energy, but it did help me to focus and to be able to just like draw. Like I'll go 4 hours straight just drawing, and then because I will start my drawing and I won't stop till it's done unless I gotta like start my YouTube song over again.
I say never, no art piece is ever finished. It's just abandoned.
That's very true. Because the other one, the other day, I just painted one. I thought it was done. I wasn't ever gonna touch it again. But what happens is, as an artist, you learn new tricks. Because I mean, that's what art is. It's just another optical illusion, another way to trick someone into seeing things differently, right? So then you do want to like, oh, I think I can make this new trick work on the old painting. I didn't know the trick back then. So it's like a learning process, and your art literally can grow with you as an artist. That's the thing I like about it because I got them all around my room, all around the house. If I see something like in a different state of mind, I might see it in a different way, and it might inspire me to add something.
And
But yeah, I got. I think this I went on like a 80, at least 80 to 100 drawings in a row streak. Because I was putting them all into picture frames, like a 11 by 12, 10 by 12 picture frames. But then I couldn't find any more picture frames at the thrift mart. So I was like, I'm just going to start stacking. And then the stack just kept getting bigger. And then I'm like, holy moly. So I started to paint on some of my other paintings for a little bit. I like doing the fluid art, the pour painting too. It's really fun. That's probably my favorite way to start a painting is with the fluid art, the pour painting, where you just mix it and pour it and stretch it and throw it and then you let it dry. That's where the real magic happens. I think that's just like where a little bit of just existence itself just jumps in your work, and then you get to put a little of yourself in with it. Really
that's
a fun
cool.
way to. And it's not as stressful. Like on some of the like drawing and painting with a brush, it can be a little more difficult, and stressful. With the fluid art, it's like you just flow. The energy behind it is just flowy. It's like a good, happy, peaceful, relaxing energy. and then you carry that into the next stage where you have to put work into it. It's like it works with the duality.
That's cool. It's like you give the universe the paintbrush to start off with.
Yeah, exactly. You really do. Kind of like the same way a tree grows, you know. But that's just what I say, you know, because trees, even a human, we all have beautiful designs, but we didn't create them; they just happen, you know. But it's still part of us. Oh yeah, I don't know if I have any more topics left. Do we have any more topics?
Oh, I got a bunch, man. When you're in the rabbit hole, you just topics galore.
You got
We live in
that's
Wisconsin too. We got to talk about the Beast of Bray Road a little bit. Never got your opinion on that. What's your thoughts?
about the talk about the what?
I stay cryptid, the werewolf, the Beast of Bray Road. Do you not know about that?
I used to live right there. Me and my first baby mama, we moved out to Rochester, Wisconsin, which is literally 10 minutes from there. It's right, there's an apple orchard in between, and that's it. I lived there for a good 5 years at least, longer than that probably. That's crazy that you bring that up. Yeah, that was a real thing. Like something really happened. I don't know. I seen it on the what was it, the haunted, some one of them haunted shows back in the day. And then I was like, they're talking about Honey Creek? Yes. It was literally right down the road from where I lived.
Yeah, Linda Gottfried. She passed away a couple years ago, but she was the one that covered this extensively. First she was she was just a little newscaster girl that did the report and thought it was a silly story, and then she started finding information and talking to people and was like, no, this isn't just a little puff piece or a little Halloween story. This is something people are experiencing. And then just went over to Michigan and started picking up on the Michigan Dogman stories, which, Michigan really isn't that far from us. And you put the Michigan Dogman next to the Beast of Bray Road, they look awfully similar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like sightings of that kind of crazy Bigfoot and all that all around too. And I don't discount anybody. Like, that's cool. There's something going on. Granted, uh, I haven't seen Bigfoot yet, but I truly believe that he's like an interdimensional being. That's
Yeah,
like just
that's what everybody that I've interviewed that's been into Bigfoot, like really, like that I've believed, it usually ended up with them being like, yeah, I don't want to say where I've seen stuff because I have so much respect. A lot of people too that have came across it have had telepathic conversations with them too, which I find really interesting. They're clearly on a whole different spiritual level, or that's the thing when I think there's something the vibration is dealing with Sasquatch too, because everybody says they're not at all like how they're portrayed in the movies. They seem to be this enlightened, really smart nature like guardian.
yeah. I think I really think most any being that's going to be left with the responsibility of highly advanced technology has to be a loving being for the most part. You know what I mean? Or maybe not even loving, but responsible with that. Otherwise, higher beings of higher intelligence would not let them have it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people that talk about the whole Bigfoot and alien run together. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, it might be a possibility, but I don't know.
Yeah, I also believe it's because everything is you, right? In my opinion, everything is you, and you're going to attract in what you are. And if you're not a good person, you're going to attract it and not a good. But that's not necessarily true in all cases, I guess. Some people sign up for stuff, I guess, maybe in past life or not
The whole
other
soul
lifetimes.
concept, right?
Yeah, other lifetimes, and that's a whole different story. But like for the most part, I think it is what. Yeah, like if you're in a good high vibration, you're going to meet good high vibrational beings because them beings that you experience, they're not good high vibrational beings only. They're good and bad high vibrational beings as well. But they're only going to be able to meet you on the vibrational level that you're at. My opinion,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
every
if you
being,
think about it, I mean, but then you hear people that see like what about the people that just saw the Beast of Bray Road? I mean, I don't think a lot of them people that were driving were just that negative people that they saw something like that. And I
yeah, I
gotta
guess.
say too,
Well,
like Babe Ruth, Dogman, and like Bigfoot are two different beings too. I'd say Dogman's probably a darker, probably had lower vibrational. Wouldn't you? I don't know though.
I
It could
don't
just be a
know.
substitute too of
You know,
something.
I've met some very nice dogs in real life. Just because they take a man form doesn't make them evil. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because of the case of that, yeah, I think they did have some though that like killed people though, right?
Yeah, I mean everybody who I've dealt
So
with. I actually had a
that
guy that's native, and he was in he was on the Spokane reservation, and he had a pretty rough experience with one.
see, that's a different story.
Yeah,
Some of
like
them
that.
could be savage, but you look at a
That's what I was
lion.
gonna say. There's really, when it comes to Dogman, I don't think there's any really good like positive stories about them.
But we look at a lion. We don't think a lion is evil for eating a cow. Maybe the dog man was just eating, and I mean, he's a dangerous being, but it doesn't mean he's evil. You know?
Right. Right. Unless it is something, like the original lore, it is somebody who's like cursed. Who knows? I mean, who knows at this point in time with some of the stuff we might figure out.
I mean, it's quite possible. We never know. I mean, I'm one that doesn't really discount anything.
I
I really
know.
don't.
Another
Because I've been
strange account.
surprised.
I was gonna say with
Because,
that too. Sorry to interrupt. Is the whole Dogman thing too? The original Greeks in the original Olympics talked about the dog people coming and partaking in it with them. Like, what the hell is that?
well, they must have had to work out a deal where you don't eat me or something.
Right?
You can come hang out, just don't eat me. I'll feed you the tribe next door. But yeah, I don't know. I've never got to see a Bigfoot or a dog, man. Um, I've been freaked out a few times in the woods, hear some crazy stuff because I spend a lot of time in the woods. But uh, yeah, my only real experience was just the UFO experience, man, and that sent me for a loop just because I knew they were coming down for me. You know, it's not like when you see a light in the sky, like no, it comes down right for me, and it really it changed my life, man. And I'm sure I know you've had experiences too, but people don't understand how that changes your reality. Like when you actually witness it, it's and the biggest part that affects me is the not knowing, and then learning how to be okay with the not knowing. You know?
Yeah. I guess the thing that always bugged me with my experiences too is how small I could say I felt after having them. That we as human beings seem to put ourselves in the center of everything. We need to be the center of attention. We're the most intelligent ones in the room, and we're really not.
Yes, yeah, that is one of the wisest things I've heard anyone say too, because I see that in myself, and I'm sure you probably see it in yourself. That's why you recognize it. We all see it in ourselves, but how to recognize it, like you said, and do something about it. That's that's the challenge. But yeah, I was literally just saying that to myself the other day. Is like people don't realize it, you know.
right? That we're such a small scope of just carbon in the universe. We're just a speck, but we think we're so much larger than we really are. um,
Yeah,
wow.
well, but we don't even know if we're a speck. How do we know?
Right?
But life is about having fun and enjoying yourself, following your passion, following your excitement. You know, that's what's really important. Just like this podcast and it talking about this and spreading wisdom and spreading knowledge. That's fun for me, and that's my excitement. That's why I'm here. You know, and
Right?
it's amazing to be able to share the way we do these days because this is the way most people are communicating these days is through technology. Like that's just the way it is. Granted, we're connecting more because of the technology, but less in actual real physical person.
Which is sad. It really is. I mean, I wish there's a way we could balance it out and throw nature in there somehow too. It'd be awesome, but someday we'll figure it out.
We will. We will. Either way, you got to be happy though. You don't have to be happy, but you have to realize you can be happy. You know, because some people
Right.
forget that.
I have that problem. I put my nose to the grindstone too much, and then I'm like, everybody's like, "Why are you so crabby all the time?" It's like, gotta go, keep going and going and going, and I forget to like enjoy.
Yes, you got to enjoy. I seen a post the other day. I think it was Matthew Starcy posted it. Um, don't forget that in 20 years from now, you would do anything to be where you are right now. And that hit me like, wow, you know, I give a lot to be 20 years younger again. And yeah, maybe I should enjoy it while I'm here, you know?
Right,
But they
100%
say,
agree.
because we don't know. We don't know for sure where we go. We just don't. That's just the way it is. We don't know. We got plenty of ideas. So,
I don't
yeah.
not so sure anymore. I mean, I've been working with a lot of mediums this past year, and I don't know, my whole concept of the afterlife has changed a lot. I think there's a lot more going on than anybody realizes.
Well, for me, when it comes down to it, is just like, you know, a lot of these people, because I research a lot of the NDEs and stuff too, is like some go to heaven, some go to hell, some go to a light, some go to outer space. Some people, everybody goes somewhere different, but they all have similar things in common. But my question is, say you go to source and you get to source and you get to what they're calling all that is the God. That most of the time they don't see God directly, but what they're feeling and seeing is God. They just know it's annoying. And but in my mind, it's like, yeah, well, maybe you got somewhere, but there's always more than just somewhere because nothing does not exist by definition. No thing does not exist in anywhere. So there's always something. So if you can think or imagine more than what created that we are, it shall be done because you are part of all that is. All that is not all that is without you.
Right? And then you throw some Buddhism in it too, and it gets more convoluted. I was like doing that too when it comes to the whole spirituality part, 'cause it's like can't have light without dark.
Yes, that is so important because when I first got into spirituality, that's the great illusion that everyone gets tricked into at first. Oh, it's all love and light, which you can have love and light. It works great. But you have to understand it doesn't last forever, and you have to love the darkness as much as you love the light. That way, you have peace.
Absolutely. Like the old saying says, the white fish can't survive if it eats the black fish, and the black fish can't survive if it eats the white fish because they both need to be there. This is Buddhism school.
Yeah,
I've
it all.
researched a lot of the different religions and stuff. I mean, just with the podcast alone, everything kind of runs into each other.
Yeah. Uh, well, that's because a lot of the ETs talk spirituality, and a lot of the people that are channeling ETs talk spirituality, and it's like, wow. And then like now you got Scientology too. They're also out there, like you said. I'm just learning that from you, and uh, it's just part of like the whole community, all the unknown and the cult, which is knowledge that is just being kept and hidden, and a lot of that's coming to light, and it's coming through these channels and these people with these gifts that are helping, humanity. If you ask me,
Yeah, the star
I
seeds
mean,
needing to go to the moon. I feel like a lot of that's starting to come to fruition too. Which at first I thought a lot of it was just BS, but I mean, there is something to it.
it's not even whether the channel is real or not. If you ask me, just listen to the information and then you logically think about what they just said and process it. And you can decipher from there. And a lot of it makes really good sense. And it's highly accurate. And uh, only an extremely intelligent, genius person could possibly process the information and know the things that these channels know. So that's where they have some of this validity, if you ask me.
Right?
Yeah, like I said, I take it for what it's worth, but some of the information is very valuable and it can work. Um, a lot of that spiritual teachings that the aliens are teaching in the channels, and I think it just helps reprogram the mind to function differently. It's not even like you don't have to sit there and practice a certain religion, but just by taking in the information, you will be programmed and you will function differently because you see reality in a different way. You don't process it in the way of understanding it from the other perspective because now you see reality from a whole new perspective. So you're not going to try to play chess with checker pieces, right?
Right.
That's the way I look at it. You're going to try to play chess with chess pieces because you've upgraded to a more advanced game. You don't want to go play checkers no more. You already finished that game.
That
I
and
don't know. Just an opinion. I
basic.
just don't. I get to talking sometimes.
Oh, it's all good. Why have you on?
Yeah, I just love being here, man. I love everybody too, and I would like to hear what everybody else got to say too. Sometimes.
Right. Do we have any questions in the audience? See, somebody said, I'm glad I grew up in the early 2000s. Me too. I'm glad I did. Also, way different for kids nowadays. So many topics. Yeah, we did cover a lot of topics tonight. Um, one we didn't is the whole Mothman. Do you got any opinions on that? I had that on our cover because there's been a lot of sightings in Chicago recently
Of a Mothman.
of
I've
Mothman.
I've
Yeah,
I've I've never seen the Mothman, but I
me
know
either.
that
So
there's. But I know there's lots of stories of them being connected to extraterrestrials as well. Uh, I forgot where I seen it. I think it was on like Ancient Aliens or something. The Mothman's
yeah,
a real thing. But yeah, I've never seen one. I haven't heard anything about them lately. But apparently, they're not as bad as people make them out to be.
There's been one seen numerous times around the O'Hare airport. Um, there's apparently there's been a lot of U.S. postal workers that have been seeing it. I don't know what the deal with that is, but there's people who are refusing routes because of it. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's
Hmm.
pretty close to us. I mean, we're a few hours away from Chicago, but it's still close enough
Yeah,
for
didn't
us to.
didn't they shut down O'Hare 1 year too for the UFO site that was over there? They had the I know they had a picture of the cloud where the UFO went through. It was a perfect circle hole in the cloud at O'Hare Airport.
Yeah, yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that
they
was
got.
O'Hare.
Yeah, that's it's quite a busy airport too. Like they're coming to
Yeah,
the big show. You go there, that's the big show. So yeah, the New Jersey drones and all the other drones all across the world is really quite amazing if you ask me, because it's not just drones, it's like the whole hype behind it, and it's
yeah.
just
There's been a lot of what they're calling spheres or orbs in seeing as well. And we all know the orbs are attached to
well,
UFOs. Uh, I'm
yeah,
not even sure if the orbs are drones. I kind of don't think so. I saw something with my son recently that we couldn't describe. I mean, it kind of looked like a drone, but it was too big. I don't know. It was on Christmas. It was really weird. That was my recent sighting.
well I know
It was
that.
in the woods, which was very strange too.
Yeah, it's really strange is that some of them are they like you can recognize that they are drones or some kind of mechanical device. They're not like UFOs. So it just blows my mind that the government doesn't like jump in there and do something about it. You know?
That's the thing too. It's really odd that their lack of shooting things down. They usually love shooting. I mean,
Well,
there's but look at the weather
you,
balloon the year before. First thing we did was shoot it down. Why haven't we any of these drones?
yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe they're eluding them somehow, but
Yeah,
there people are
yeah,
getting video of it. So you still there?
yeah. Kate said something to us. I've lived here for 2 years. I'm from London in the UK. Lived in Spain, the Netherlands, Germany. Moved to Chicago. It's super nice. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening around O'Hare.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only I've noticed it's not just the areas, because the areas obviously you have your vortexes like Hawaii and Sedona and the chakras of the planet, but it's also people. Some people are just freaking magnets.
Yeah.
You know, like you get around these people and you connect with these people. You better be ready to connect.
That's the whole starseed concept. I honestly think there's really something to that too. There's a lot of people that don't
Yeah,
believe it, but I mean, I think there's something to it. I've met some
yeah.
people too. Yeah.
I'd like to say it's not real, but I look at my walls every day.
Right.
But you know, like I can't argue with that. I don't know where. Like I didn't. I wasn't a kid dreaming of being an artist that paints aliens. I never would have dreamed that. I would have thought that guy's crazy. I would never want to be that guy. But I'm that guy.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be, talking about aliens in my free time on the internet with people. So
Yeah, but it's really been quite a journey, man, and it's been it has done nothing but shed light on me. Like I was in a dark place. I just lost my whole family and I lost everything. And art, art is art, and the UFO community and aliens and this whole life that I've created has helped bring me back from a really dark place. And
Right.
I just wanted to show,
Um,
I just want to show people that are in the community. I just want them to know that it's not all dark. I mean, I acknowledge that there is some dark stuff going on, but it's not all dark, and it's not all to be afraid of. Some of it is to be welcomed and embraced because it's all part of you.
it's an awesome way to put it. Wise words, Vincent.
Thanks, man. You got some wise words yourself there.
I try.
I never dreamed of being on your podcast. I'm just happy to be here, man.
Yeah, it's fun. We got to represent Wisconsin together. We have a lot of strange stuff that happens here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to start having that what do you call it, that gathering,
Yeah,
or a convention or whatever. If not, I know they usually have that one down in Illinois. I might be able to scoot down there or something like that. But I would love to get one. I think it'd be fun because there's so
yeah,
many people that you see them on the podcast all the time, and then it'd be nice to actually like get to meet some people in real life. It's a whole
right.
different. It's whole different energy when you're actually like in the physical. Like you can actually
Yeah.
see how tall someone is. I'm not that tall. I'm only like, well, when I stand up straight, I'm 5'7.5". But I don't think I'm growing anymore. I stopped like
No.
20 years ago. 20 years ago, yeah, I figured I'd try to keep my hair growing to, it was still growing. No, and my hair stopped growing too.
Yeah, I need to start get mine growing some more and stop it from turning so gray.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
But you know what? Once you get a little bit of gray in your hair, you don't get carded as much
Oh, I
at the
don't. I
gas
haven't been
station.
carded. I haven't been carded in years, man. I got a whole lot of gray going.
Yeah, it's been a while too here. When I grow the beard out, when I shave, I'll get carded. But other than that, yeah, it feels good to be old though. I mean, I'm not old, but older than I was. It's another thing too is with my health. Like a lot of people go through life and they think just because you're getting older, you got to be unhealthy or your health is gonna decline. And with my experience in this in life is that I feel like my health got better as I got older. Like you put a little bit of love into your like by love I mean invest a little bit energy into taking care of your health and being conscious of the way you treat your body and loving your body. It goes a long way, and it starts small, but it just snowballs bigger and bigger, and becomes part of the new program. And I feel way better now than I ever did when I was younger. And I haven't done much except for quit drinking soda. Soda was the big thing. The sugar and the caffeine was the biggest energy drain. It's just uh,
Yeah.
all that
I
sugar is not
swapped
good for you.
So I quit and I go back. My main one I'm bad with was freaking Red Bulls. There's this time, especially when you have kids and work and school, where you're just like, I need to wake up. I slept like 3 hours.
Oh yeah, they do work though when you need them. It was
Yeah.
just for me that I was I was drinking way too much soda, man, and I didn't realize back then that how much sugar was in soda and that how badly sugar affected you. You know, sugar it's You can live off just drinking soda. You cannot eat no food, and you'll still get all the calories you need just out of soda, and it's not good for you. Because that's what I did. I would drink a 12 pack of soda a day, and then be like, I didn't even eat nothing all day. But I had more calories than somebody that would have ate. You know?
Yeah. I had a friend in high school who drank so much soda, he ended up going into the army, and his first week away, they had to like put him in like the med bay and give him IVs because he was so addicted to soda. He drank like 3 cubes of them the bottles a day. Three.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And then his first week is he like almost went into diabetic shock.
Yeah, that's scary. My best friend growing up went into diabetic shock because he was drinking it. He went into diabetic shock. He couldn't get out of bed, and then ever since then he had to poke himself with a needle with insulin. It's not good. He was a big guy and he lost all of his weight, got skinny, and
Yeah.
it's scary. Yeah, life is good.
Yeah. I think we covered it pretty much everything. We covered the drones. Oh, the inauguration. Do you have any thoughts? Do you think there's going to be a change? Think there's going to be assassination attempt?
I don't know. I don't believe that. I think the assassination attempt was a joke too. You to shoot Trump, you tell me you missed, you ain't got another shot. Huh? I mean, I played Call of Duty before. It ain't hard to shoot somebody.
Right.
But no, I don't know about the assassination attempt. I don't know. I think if they really wanted Trump, they could get him in a million other ways. Anything that they put on the show with a camera and a guy, a shooter, or big grab and shoot him with both. It's all a show, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but you
I
know,
just know that originally it was supposed to be outdoors and now it's indoors. And so there's all speculation going around.
yeah. Um, I don't think that. I don't think they're gonna let anybody get to
No,
Trump.
I mean, I imagine he has his own private security force besides, the Secret Service and then the
Well, not
Marines
all.
all of that
Uh,
too.
well, I've also heard rumors that he has clones too. I guess not even Trump. They're listed clones, so the real Trump's hidden somewhere. You ever hear that?
I haven't heard the clone one, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Or body doubles. I mean, there have been body doubles used throughout history for leaders. So, I mean, it's not
They could almost make
far-fetched.
a robot. He could almost be a robot, and we wouldn't know it. Think about it. The government has technology probably 20 years ahead of us. They could make a probably robot.
Oh,
We wouldn't even
they
know it.
actually say 300 is the number.
300 years ahead?
Yeah. That's why, like, when you think about the Project Bluebeam and all that, like, it would be so easy to us.
That's crazy. I can't. It's hard to even imagine 300 years.
That'd be like
But
the
now that,
concept of going in the Wild West with, like, a machine gun.
but look at it this way. It
Like,
took him. It took him 300 years after Jesus died to write the Bible. I thought that's funny. That's a long time.
right?
Not that I have anything wrong with the Bible, but it's just a fun fact.
That is a funny fact.
Well, yeah. I had a great time. I didn't get. To, I
Awesome.
still didn't read that.
Yeah.
I still didn't read none of the chat. Now I got this freaking purple light on. It's hard to read anything. It's the
Hey, you have to
ultraviolet, you know.
believe
Yeah, I like to tap into the ultraviolet crown chakra, third eye. Woo.
it. It looks cool though.
I like it. Kind of makes the eyes look cool. But
Anybody have
yeah,
any
it's
questions out there before we go
uh
off? Sorry, no. I constantly am.
maybe next time we could show some more art too. It's just right now. It's kind of late.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, or put up a collage and post it and I'll put it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's always plenty of art coming. Either way, I think most people that can see the show probably see my art already, anyways. But you can always find me on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook and TikTok if it's still around, and I have an Instagram. I have a YouTube, but I stopped putting stuff on there because it's just a pain in the ass to keep posting on all the platforms. So I
Right.
wasn't getting. I guess I wasn't getting as many likes on YouTube as I was Facebook. So
That's normal. But that just goes with the territory. That's how I am on
yeah.
TikTok too. Like I get tons and tons of likes on TikTok, and then compared to YouTube, not so many. But like YouTube's the one to have.
So do you on TikTok? Is it what's your account called? Because I don't know. I don't think I've got you on TikTok.
Oh, I'm lost through the rabbit hole on everything.
Okay, I will have to check it out. Because
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool older videos on there too, and a lot of paranormal stuff as well.
yeah, I'm always interested to hear more about your story too, and some of this. You got some really cool knowledge.
Thanks. Yeah, I dabble, a bit of everything. I
It's pretty
started
awesome.
out as a paranormal investigator. My family's had various um, UFO sightings and experiences. I talk a little bit about it. I had a bunch of crazy dreams before I hurt my back about aliens and some coming and helping me and these weird vampire beings. And then when I was studying the Buddhism a little bit when I was hurt, there's like these vampire beings that exist that are like are represent negativity. And so it was like really crazy that I had these like nightmares about these vampire beings, and then like there is like something to them.
You know what? I've actually I've had a few dreams where I felt like there was like a dark being trying to overtake me, and yeah, I woke up. I was like, woke up. My girlfriend's like, woke me up out of my sleep. She's like, "You're screaming in your sleep. You're screaming in your sleep. What's going on?" I was like, "Well, this black energy was trying to come to me," and I just remember in my dream, I was like, "You don't have power over me. I have the power." And then I woke up, and I guess I had drool all over me. Quite embarrassing. But yeah,
Wow,
that's happened to
that
me.
was
So
something
that's
to
yeah, it was really at a dark point in my life too. Like never happened again either.
it.
So yeah, I believe your story. That's just I know I've seen some stuff too.
It was weird too because I told you I interviewed somebody who had the Spokane Dogman experience. He also had vampire experiences too from when he was in New Orleans. And then like a year later, I started having the experiences, and that's how, actually how the aliens showed up in my dreams. Was I they helped me get rid of these things.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have just been wild dreams, something more. We'll find out eventually.
Yeah, down the rabbit hole, right?
Right. That and I had a really wild experience as a child with my grandfather. Where I saw something in the woods. A couple mediums have said that it's had some suggestions in what it was. But yeah, I've had some wild experiences that led me to the rabbit hole. Once you go down,
That's
you never
pretty.
come back.
That is so true. Have you ever been to Mount Shasta?
No, I haven't. I definitely want to check it out, see what the energy feels like there.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by the whole Talos and the Intermountain aliens that live there, and I would love to go there and find out for myself. I will climb a mountain. I watch Wim Hof. I will breathe my way up there.
Come down. We got to make a trip of it.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a big thing there, but I watched a video on it, and there's a lot of people that just quit everything in life and went there and like we're going to go there to make it, and they don't make it because there's nowhere to live there. It's just a little tourist town. That's it. There's a lot of homeless people there, and they shut down the campground that they had there and everything because of it, which is really sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to go there. I went and I visited what was it, Sedona, only because we were driving through, and I was like, we're driving through Sedona, we have to stop. So it's kind of cool. We got to drive down, like it's like a mountain. You just drive down the mountain, and then you're in there. You're just there. It's pretty cool though.
I like to check out Roswell too. I feel like it would be pretty amazing just to take a look.
Oh yeah,
And the
I
generation below us, the generation below us decided to go there, and they threw a dance party. It's still, it's like, you know what we would have done back in like the millennium? We would have been dancing. I can tell you that.
well, hey, I mean, a dance party ain't bad. Or at least they opened the eyes to the place. Because remember, at one point, it didn't even exist to the government.
Right?
But yeah, I wish I would be able to make it to the dance party because I sure wasn't jumping over that fence though.
Right?
I wasn't jumping over no fence. Not me. You ain't gonna direct energy weapon my butt.
Right? I wonder if anybody was affected with direct energy weapons that was there.
It's possible. It's possible.
I don't know. Do you follow any of the Skinwalker Ranch lore where a lot of people think it's nothing alien, it's actually the government testing out energy weapons on people?
I've never heard it from that point of view, but I know that the government did buy it, didn't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of science that goes with it, and a lot of people who've had health problems have worked on the show.
I know that they've tried to do documentaries on it, and the cameras always get knocked down, and they can never really get it on film. I remember there were stories like cows that were like getting put inside the buildings and stuff, and waking up all contorted, and yeah, it was a
Yeah,
crazy place there.
that's a
Didn't the
whole nother.
natives though? They say the natives
Yeah,
are right around there too, and they talk about Indian portals and burial grounds or something around
yeah,
there.
skinwalkers and dark
Yeah.
spirits, bad medicine, all sorts of stuff.
Well, when it
What is that
comes to
part of the
dark
hype?
spirits, huh?
What is that part of the hype? I mean, honestly, if the
Yeah,
government was making weaponry right there, I could see them paying off the tribe to be like, yeah, make it, help us make it so people don't want to come around and see it. We'll give you this and this, you know?
but I wonder if some of them spirits, some dark spirits, are just like cloaked aliens, or cloaked, not even or just other dimensional beings that are cloaked, and we're
It's
just
possible.
and just a distortion in our reality. That's why it just looks black. Maybe they're not necessarily evil.
I
Some
don't
of them,
know.
I'm sure, are.
The wolf rancher story is pretty creepy and about shooting it and it not hurting it. And I don't know what to make of all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But did it actually hurt anything or anyone?
Yes, it was eating their cattle.
Oh, well, we eat cows too. It was probably just hungry.
Well,
I don't know. But yeah,
it wasn't like it was a regular wolf too. It was like massive. Was the other thing about it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That they had the wolves at Skinwalker Ranch too.
Yeah, this is the original
Oh,
Skinwalker story. We had to deal with the great wolf and the kids, and it's
oh man, it's been a while since I
uh,
heard it. I guess.
yeah. I'm talking about that's from the original rancher who sold it, before Bigelow. This is
What
like
do you
after.
think about? What's your opinion on East City Ranch with like James Gilliland and all them?
I don't know. I think it might be another Skinwalker ranch, to tell you the truth.
You
Maybe
think
it's
so?
something. Maybe it's a testing facility.
What about that Australian guy that used to be a rapper? What's his name?
Australian guy that used to be a rapper.
Yeah, he's like used to be. He's really big into UFOs. Uh, I can't think of his name right now. I'll send you a link later or something.
Does he have like the face tattoos and stuff and like the dreads?
No, he's like
Okay.
a normal
Is
guy.
this one?
He was a rapper back in the day, not now.
Okay. There's one that raps about like reptilians and stuff, and he just put out an album with Roseanne.
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't
And
think so.
Roseanne's rapping, and I'm like, I
He's
live
from
in a damn
Australia.
shit show.
He's from
Oh, I saw
Australia. I've
that.
seen him.
That was the thing that blew my mind the most of TikTok today, besides getting it back, was seeing Roseanne rapping about aliens.
Roseanne.
I don't know, like,
Roseanne?
yeah, that guy who raps about like reptilians and stuff, and he's like, he's younger than us. He's got blonde hair, face tattoos. He raps a lot
I've
about
never.
conspiracy and stuff. Well, he did an album with Roseanne. I
Tom McDonald?
think that might be his name. Yeah,
Tom
I'll
McDonald.
see.
He's probably is Tom McDonald. I think. Yeah.
Long blonde dreads.
Yeah, Tom McDonald. That's who that is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he does all the songs about like conspiracy stuff and like all the idiots. He likes to make fun of people that don't. Oh, they're
Yeah,
not awake. And yeah, I
yeah.
remember him.
Roseanne put out an album together. It's just dropped.
Wow. Did you ever notice that the last name was Rothschild?
No,
Yeah, on this thing, I noticed that their last name was Rothschild. I think him and his girlfriend last name is Rothschild. I think it says right in the last one of the videos.
that's not at
Because
all
think about
creepy.
it. Well, I sometimes I think a lot of the inside people that are trying to spread the negativity and work for the agendas, they will post stuff about music, make music about all of the bad things that are happening, and by doing that, it just makes people create it more and focus on it more and create it more. Like it's like a
Hmm.
double-edged sword. You're raising awareness, but you're also creating it more. So therefore they're
What am
creating
I
this
saying?
reality. Like when
Using
you
music.
when you rap when you use music to rap about the government conspiracies and things going wrong with the government, yes, you're raising awareness, but you're also sparking it into consciousness for people to manifest it. Just I thought that's the magic to TV and to mass consciousness.
Oh yeah, television,
Yeah, I mean
television. Think about it. It's even in the word.
television. Yeah, I remember back in the day they didn't used to call it a TV show. It was originally called a program. We're going to sit down and watch a program. That's what
TV
they called it.
program. Yep.
Yeah, it's literally what it is. I mean that, but
Look how much it's
everything.
changed too. Imagine like back in the day, like our parents are watching stuff like Mayberry and I Love Lucy compared to like what we're watching now. Like how dark television has become in such a short time.
Yeah, yeah, it's a whole new world. But the thing of it is, they were still dark back then. They just didn't do it in the public eye. They hid it, because
Yeah,
people back then really gave a shit about what other people thought more than nowadays. Because they had respect for each other, but nowadays nobody respects anybody and nobody gives a shit, and so you can see everybody's crap because nobody cares that you're seeing it because nobody thinks you're taking the time to look at it anyways. You know,
yeah.
but seriously, sometimes I feel like I could walk down the street naked because everybody's just on their phone. Nobody would even notice. You know,
Right.
it's
Until it's
quite possible.
came and pulled up on you and you're on TikTok, everybody's TikTok.
But might, might as well get away with it before they send out the AI robots.
Right.
But yeah, it's a crazy world we live in, but I love it. I do. I'm really
Right.
happy to be here. I'm grateful and happy to be here in this life, experiencing it. I don't have the like perfect life of like a ideal perfect person would have, but I love my life. For the all the imperfections that it does have, and that's how I find happiness. Because some things in life are just out of reach at points in time, and sometimes help. You ain't never gonna get there if you ain't happy now.
Right.
But
It's a good way to look at it.
it's true. The one thing I've learned in life too is like no matter what situation you got in life, there's only you got two options. You can either let it break you down and beat you into nothing, or you can let it build you up and make you stronger. The choice is yours.
Right? Sink or swim.
Yep. Yep. Plenty of wisdom. Well, sometimes you swing, but yeah, as you're sinking, you find a way to swim.
Right?
Either that or you die. So
Right? So that was that third option.
I don't want the third option. I'll stay with the neutral. Here we go.
Right.
They say there's the positive, the negative, and then the balance point in between, which is neutral, supposedly. The red light, the purple, the positive, the negative, the zero. I don't know. My brain's going crazy. I really think I could channel, but I've never had somebody like ask me channeling questions and actually try to do it. It's kind of scary if you think about it, but also interesting and intriguing too because I can do light language pretty good, but I've never been devoted to trying to channel, but it's like a feeling I have that I can. I just feel like I can do it.
You're gonna have to try it. So,
Yeah, I'd be down to do it. Just to see what happens because I've been noticed. I noticed even myself. Like I think I do jump in and out of channeling states, even like probably not when we've been talking. Like I'll notice that stuff will come out of me so fast that I don't really truly understand what I said. It'll just come out, and then I won't really know what I said, but I said something and it made sense. I don't know.
I know what you mean exactly. I have that too, or like a vast knowledge of stuff like that doesn't like I don't know. I know so much about mythology and just like cryptozoology. I'm like, how does my brain even where did this all come from? Like where did I absorb this along the way?
Right. And then stuff that you never even learned, like you just logically make stuff that comes out. You know,
You're right.
I think it's like I never heard before, but it just came out of me. I don't know where it came out of me. Like yeah, it's quite irregular. So I think it's that time to wrap up. How long have we been on
Yeah.
for?
Hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a long time though. Probably one of the longest ones I've been on, but it seemed like it was longer.
Right? We're gonna have to do it again with the AI questions, like you said. I'll have to figure that out where we can get
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yes,
That's amazing,
that would be really cool, and then I could come up with all kinds of questions, And
right?
I got the idea because I've seen somebody that's what they did on TikTok. They just they were made a video of them asking questions to ChatGPT. I was like, what? And the answers were profoundly amazing. So I was like, we have to try this. We got to try this one.
Yeah, I'm down. That'll be fun. A lot of fun.
Oh
That, and
yeah,
we got to
we get
do another episode showing off some of your artwork too.
yeah. I'll have to figure that out too. We have to make like a slideshow or something because
Yeah. Last time we weren't prepared.
yeah. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. It's really been like an honor to be part of your show. Really.
Oh, no problem. It was an honor to getting help to represent Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think Wisconsin is freaking awesome. Like
Yeah.
I've been around a little bit, and Wisconsin's pretty cool, man. We got no earthquakes, we got no fires, we got no hurricanes. It's pretty safe here unless you get a tornado.
Right.
So
And we all have basements, so we're okay.
yeah, I mean, as long as the power don't go out, we got our heat, we're good.
Right. It's cold here, but it's cold elsewhere too. So
Yeah. Well, I walk a lot, so I'm learning to work through the cold, man. I'm telling you, Wim Hof does work. It,
ah
that
man, I
guy.
don't know. I was all into all that too when I was all in MMA, and then like I have a bit of nerve damage, and now I'm just like my whole back's like all my muscles tense up
Oh,
in the cold. Yeah, cold is not my friend anymore.
oh man. Well, sorry to hear that. But
That's
as
all
far
right.
as but as far as staying warm in the cold, the Wim Hof helps me. That's how I do it. Like, cause I walk every day, and as I'm walking, I'll just do a couple good breaths. So, if you do three of those in a row, and then you let it all out and hold it until you feel like you're gonna like can't hold it no more, and just let it out. That's when you know you got your trigger release. Then you let it out, and you hold another 15 seconds. And that's all you really have to do, and you've uh, triggered your system. You've accomplished what the breath work is designed to do.
I think a big part of it too is the ice baths. I mean, I think that really helps with like alkalining your body. And
I've
I think that's a
actually
big.
I've been too afraid to try those. Even the cold showers, I'm like, nope. And he said it only takes 60
I
seconds.
I've done the cold showers. I used to go polar bearing after every New Year's, but there was a lot of liquid liquor encouragement, and I was in my 20s.
Is that the
I don't know
polar
if you
dive
know.
in Milwaukee?
Yeah. No,
Uh,
it's everywhere in Wisconsin. There's a whole
oh, is
day of it
it?
after. Yeah, but yeah, the diving in Lake Michigan.
Oh, I used to think them people were crazy. I still do. It's so cold.
They're not crazy. They're just hammered.
Well, I mean, but I don't. I couldn't do it. Even a cold shower is like it only takes 60 seconds, but I couldn't do it. I could do the breathwork thing though.
Right.
Well, I guess.
Right. It's been fun. We'll have to do it again sometime soon.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, and I guess have a great night, and see
Yep.
you
See each
next
other
time
later.
down the rabbit hole.
Right. Later, everyone. Have a great night.
Later.